Alrighty, let's have a look how we would go about completing part B of the C2C Year 5 Digital Technologies unit, the amazing digital design. Let's go straight down to the marking guide so we can see what it is we actually need to do. So down here at the marking guide, it's asking us to do a few things. It's asking us to find a problem, and then it's asking us to incorporate decision making, repetition, and a user interface. It also requires students to communicate and be collaborative using agreed protocols. Now, unfortunately, people generally make the actual programming part of this the main thing, but it's probably the least important part. The how you get to your product is far more important than being able to smash out some code. Until up here, we're not even looking at the game actually working. So the game needs to be designed well, and if the kids can design the game well, they will do well in the assessment. So let's have a look where that matches up in the design process. So the first thing we have here that we need to start with is defining our problem. So what is the problem we have to solve, and what are our constraints? So the problem is we have to design a game. The constraints are that it has to use visual programming, it has to have decision making, repetition, a user interface, and be collaborative with protocols. Some of the data that needs to be included in here may be things like scores and time limits and how well did the person playing the game go, and importantly, how do I play the game. So we need to define those things first. Once we've defined that, we need to then go and look at some games that are similar to what we're going to be doing and look what people have done in the past. So we need to do some research into games and what makes a game a game. Why do we have a score? What's the point of the score? What will let me know I'm doing well or not doing well in the game? Then it's time to come up with some ideas around what my game will look like. You need multiple ideas. A single idea for a game could be great, but it makes it difficult when it comes time for students to explain why their choice was the best. So I would generally look at 3 possibilities for a game, and then when you're in the marking of the game, it gives you opportunities for them to show the purpose, to show why that they've made the choices that they've made and what makes their choices much better than just the one random thing that they may have come up with. It allows them to do their reflecting and stuff like that. So once we've done that, we plan out our design, and then we create. Once we've created using Scratch, a really important part of the process is that we go back and we look to improve. We get feedback from our peers to make it better, and then we may need to come back down here to our plan and change our plan. So these are the things we need to look at when we're beginning this unit. Next, we'll have a look at how we can actually go about doing this in Scratch.